The following program contains mature situations and themes and is intended for an older youth audience. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Flavored Enemy Tales of Vittore. We open in the Kingdom of Avandra, located on the continent of Chrysanthia on the planet Vittore. Avandra is a new kingdom, and as such its capital Douglas is bustling with trade, with liveliness, and with just a melting pot of a society. All walks of life, from the far reaches of Vittore, all meeting here together to live in this beautiful metropolitan area. We open at the Whitestone Inn, a tavern in the Winter District of Douglas, the capital of Avandra. Now, here in this tavern, here on this day, here in the next few hours, there's going to be a meeting of all manner of folk, as multiple influential and wealthy individuals from across Chrysanthia are attempting to finance an adventure of some kind. As such, with the amount of wealth involved, there are all manner of adventurers here looking to take part and claim a bit of that wealth for themselves. We open inside the tavern of inside the Whitestone Inn with a punch to the face. I'd like for y'all to roll initiative, please.
On the.
My God. Is everybody roll initiative?
Everyone is rolling initiative.
Roll initiative, yes.
Okay.
Modify 20.
My.
That would be
I'm gonna go-
13.
First
All right,
roll
so
that
I'm gonna go down the line. Drian, you're up first.
Probably not. That's a 12.
All right, 12. Trover.
I got a modified
21.
20. Oh, okay.
Trover.
A total of 21.
21. All right, M.
Oh, I got a 17.
Okay. Acacia.
15.
15. Police say? Police say? Gig?
Mine was a 12.
Quincy?
20. Or 20. Sorry, slash 20.
Raph?
Nice big 2.
Good start. Ghost?
Real good.
I got an 11.
People?
Hi, yeah.
People?
Hi, yeah. I'm not used to push to talk. I do apologize. I got a 3.
3. Got it. Alex? Got Alex right here. Inoki? Inoki? Nito?
I got a 13.
Diggy?
16.
Jameson? Jameson?
Sorry, it was muted. 20.
20. Izala?
Oh, a decent 14.
Ethan?
I rolled a 13.
So, as you all are standing there, kind of hodgepodge shoved into the bottom of this tavern with a bunch of different adventurers, folk all around you, Quincy, you take a punch straight to the jaw.
Ah, what in tarnation?
And then a second one to the other side.
Oh! What?
And with that, Trover, you see this brawl start to happen, and you get a little excited. What do you do?
I set down my log and I'm going, alright, let's do this! And I jump right in.
Alright. So I'm gonna have to roll an attack roll. It's natural straight attack roll. Again with your strength modifier. Against that would be Quincy.
Or you could attack someone else.
Knowing me, I'm gonna hit the first person I see, and that's you. So that's a 15 to hit.
Let's not.
And so you jump right into there, and you get into this pile of bodies of people just, going absolutely wild with fighting, and get right up in there. You don't land any blows just yet, but you are now just smack dab in the middle of everything. Now, Inoki, you come downstairs to this brawl unfolding. What do you do?
Walk over to the nearest wall, sit back and watch before deciding whether or not I'm joining in the bill, or maybe a dog.
And Quincy, right after getting punched in the face twice and then basically dogpiled on to no effect, now what do you do?
Do I see who punched me?
You do. Those who punched Quincy, would you mind describing yourself?
So Nito is decently tall, about 6'1", 6'2", decently built, Vanilla. So been swimming a lot his whole life, so kind of has the, traditional swimmer frame, long torso. Currently wearing just some leather armor. And just has a very confused look on their face.
And the other person.
Well, that would be me. I'm 3'4", blue, red hair, bright green eyes. And I'm laughing hysterically, but still confused, having no idea what's going on.
I guess Quincy, for reference, is 5'11", so he's a little bit shorter than Nido. He's a human with wavy blonde hair that is like tucked under a cowboy hat that is jet black, and he has a night blue eyes and a scar running across his nose onto either side of his face. And he...
Punchable face, I told you.
I look at Nito, who I think started this, and... You know what? It's the atmosphere in this place, and I'm just gonna punch him.
Alright, go ahead and roll to attack, Quincy.
Only a 10.
Oh, that misses.
Not
So you catch him on the side of the on the side of the head, but it like glances off, doing pretty much nothing. Having not used your fist very often in your line of work.
No, I typically don't. But you know, it's a bigger statement to pull out a gun in the middle of a bar fight.
Raph. So you see all this unfolding. Quincy get punched in the face.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, I think, am I right by Quincy? Is that
You are.
Is that hell yeah? So I think that Raph just sort of sees the punch coming, looks Raph, just as a description, he is about 6'2". He's wearing a bright red university hoodie from Vayeth University, which is the local university in Douglas. He's got this messy mop of red curly hair with the sides shaved, and he's sort of walking around. He has these big sort of football looking gloves, like some sort of sports gloves on, and he looks and he's like, what the fuck? And I think that he's just deeply confused, and he sort of turns to Quincy, who's probably just reeling from this punch, and goes, Quincy, do you know who this is? Do you know him?
No.
You know him?
No.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. I was gonna ask, but then this guy, and he points at Trover, started fighting me too. So I guess it's just the bar atmosphere.
Shit, there's a lot of people here, Quincy.
You see me, I'm laughing, but still have that confused look on my face. Going, I don't know what's going on.
That's you, me too, brother.
And with that, Jameson, just kind of describe what you look like and what you're doing.
Absolutely.
For all involved.
My name's Jameson Krotosh. I'm a half-orc. I'm about 6'6" for all you short 6'2"ers out there. Just absolutely built. Just a walking pile of muscle. Just a walking pile of muscle. I think Jameson is going to look at the people fighting. Do I know any of the people fighting yet?
No, you don't know any of the people that are fighting yet.
Okay. Then I'll look to my friend Ziggy, who's near me somewhere, and I'll say, you know what? I got 5 gold on the short one.
Oh, you know I'm getting in there too.
Oh, well, if you're getting in there, I'm getting in there, and I'll walk forward and I'll punch the short one.
Roll to hit.
Wait, which one's the short one?
I believe that's Quincy.
No, it's you.
Trover.
No, it's Trover.
It's Trover.
I just wanted to be Quincy.
It's only a 13 to hit.
It hits.
Does that hit? Alright, so you're gonna roll damage. It's 1d4 plus your strength mod.
Oh, okay. Yeah, down here. So, 4. That's 9 damage.
Over.
I'm low.
Alright. That punch. M. All of this manner of things is going on as you arrive with your travel companion and walk through the door as the sprawl's unfolding. Literally you walking through the door right at this moment.
I'm just gonna look at it all, sigh, and just go head over to the bar and get a drink.
Can you give a small description of what M looks like?
Oh, yeah. M is a dark elf with dark, ashy gray skin, bright green eyes, pure white hair, long hair, it's in a mohawk. She keeps it back in a ponytail or braids, and she's about 5'5".
So you head over to the bar and just, yeah. It's just another day for M.
Yeah, it's
Eh.
not something I don't need to get involved in this one. They'll sort it out. I'll just see who comes out victorious.
And with that, Ziggy, you're up.
All right.
A small description of Ziggy.
Yes. So you see, Ziggy is a fairy, and he's wearing these sort of relatively plain brown and yellow striped trousers. He has a very bright red-orange shirt, sort of held open with a deep V, with a sort of hunter green and mixed brown vest over it. He has chestnut hair, as well as very bright orangey red eyes with some sort of iridescent bright orange scale around his eyes. And he calmly puts down these bracers that have studs on them. He pulls them off his fists, and he calmly puts down his shield, or a drum that he's carrying. And he says, "All right, Jameson, 5 gold on the short one." And he's 1 foot. So he jumps into the fray now. I'm also going to rage. And I'm going to go after the second tallest one there, the 6'2" fellow.
That's me.
Oh, and as I rage, you see just this, his cheeks are already pretty rosy, but his whole face is sort of becoming red and it's spreading to his ears.
Alright, go ahead and roll to hit, Ziggy.
Oof, that's a 7 to hit.
That surprisingly misses.
Now, on to the next one. You kind of like whip wildly.
Yo, what the fuck, dude?
That'll bring us to Acacia.
So is Acacia
you walk into
just
this.
walking-
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Okay, I walk into this, and Acacia's gonna do like just a quick look around. And it's going to notice Quincy first. And it's going to shout over the various screams for money and punching with a Quincy, what is Jolene gonna say if she finds you fighting again?
What? I didn't start this. He did. And I point at Nito. I swear. I swear honest. He looks a little sad.
Just because you started it doesn't mean you have to finish it. Get out.
I'm a little... He looks at all these people surrounding him. A little trapped at the moment.
Acacia is going to start making moves, not to do a fight, because she is a, 3/4 halfling with half blue hair, half brown hair in, college, robes. It's Divinity College robes. She has the bells and whistles that goes for it. She's just gonna start walking towards Quincy, and if she sees Raph, then she's gonna pick him out too, and give him basically the same I will tell your dad look.
What? I haven't thrown a punch. I'm just in the middle here. I haven't a chance to do anything.
They grab him.
Don't
and
tell my
get
dad.
out.
Do not tell my dad. My dad will be pissed. Do not tell him.
Then grab him and get out.
That's the plan, Acacia. That's the fucking plan.
After that quick thing, can I tell who's the most injured?
Yeah, you can tell that it's the gnomish fellow, the shoulder.
Mind you, I'm still giggling hysterically and have no idea what's going on. Just go.
There's the gnomish fellow. I will kind of start prepping triage a little bit. But I will do my best to try to remove Quincy and Raph from the situation.
Okay. All right. So as you're doing that, Zala, you come downstairs to this chaos.
Zella sees what's going on, decides she doesn't want to get involved into a fight, but does see magic through prep from a distance, and sort of recognizes Acacia a little bit. So she walks sideways around everyone so that she can keep everyone in sight.
All right. So, can you give a brief description of Zala?
Sure. Zella is a 5'6" CL with very pale blue skin, dark blue hair, with red and little highlights, mismatched eyes. And she is wearing a long coat with unusual looking red gloves, necklace, emerald earrings, and silver bracelets.
And that'll bring us to Nito.
Okay. So
So after throwing that punch and all the chaos that ensued afterwards, what do you do?
So Nito looks
Give
around.
us a description.
Yes, Nito, considerably, he's a Vanai, about 6'2", 6'1", decently built. Is currently just wearing. It doesn't have it. Is currently just wearing like a tunic and some other armor. Very brand new looking pants and no shoes. Has a long bow strung across their back, and is just looking around. Just oh boy. Oh, okay. Sorry, everyone. I didn't mean for this to happen. I've never punched anybody before in my life. That's the first time I ever did that. I'm so sorry. I just it had to happen. I'm sorry. Can everybody just stop and we can just talk this out like normal people.
Well, I felt somebody pulled me this way, so I don't know.
What do you mean didn't have to happen? What do you mean didn't have to happen? You're the one that started this whole mess.
Listen, we can just everybody calm down. We'll have some ale, we'll have some breakfast, and we can just talk this out.
That sounds like a great idea.
I'm willing to talk this out. I'm just what? What happened? What's going on?
If I told you that it wasn't me, would you believe me?
You're gonna get me excited for nothing.
At the end of your turn?
Yeah, he just talked to the fire. Actually, he's gonna try to grapple Quincy so that Quincy can't punch him back.
What?
Just talk in his ear.
Why? You're already resolving this peacefully. Okay. Roll the grappling. Yes.
Is that athletics or just strength?
Athletics.
Well, that's weird. It says my die says 18, but over in the corner it says it's a total of 9. So I guess I have to go with that. I got a 9.
I got a 19 to slip out of it. I'm like, whoa, what the?
I just want this to be calm, okay?
Why'd you grab me then?
Because I don't want anybody to be fighting anymore. Okay, I just want us to calm down.
Grabbing is very aggressive action. There's better ways to go about this. There are no rules anymore.
It's a game, dog.
I'm freaking Everyone riot!
The chaos begins.
I pull out my longbow and just start firing wildly.
I fire into the crowd.
Oh no. Oh no. God has abandoned us. Chaos ensues.
There's at least one cleric here. It's fine, guys. God is still here.
We're gonna get arrested again.
Everybody, target the cleric first.
Do you ever do it? See what happens, buddy.
We'll all
We
stay
have to
down.
see if the god is the god that we worship.
Right, so I rolled for initiative, I got a 32.
Oh no.
Wait, what?
I rolled
have the balls to cast fireball first.
Z, and I don't even have magic.
Had someone roll a 32 initiative before. It's horrifying. It is not great.
I have a character that has a plus 19 to their initiative.
My God.
Currently, the highest initiative I could possibly ever get is 25, so I'm really close. Just 7 away.
This is gonna be really fun editing out whenever.
I'm so sorry, Greg.
DM?
I understand editing.
Basically just scream, and then he'll have to deal with it, and it's not our fault he left.
This goes to the behind the scenes.
More so like he'll just cut us
Yeah.
drop until
This is
he comes
exclusive
back.
Patreon content.
You're welcome,
Right here.
audience.
Yeah, Patreon content.
This is what happens when there's no DM.
Yeah, our 3 listeners are really in for this this behind the scene action. You're seeing paid wall content ahead of time. This is
I love
Hey,
it
Lord.
all here.
Hey,
Thanks for being our audience.
Hey peeps, should
There
we
are
take this opportunity
scenes.
to brainwash the Patreons?
Yes.
Thanks to all the Patreons out there.
Listen, you can't call us all audience members. I don't even review my own games that I've run. You think I'm going to listen to someone else's game just because I'm in it? Come on now.
I do have a question for Ziggy, though. I guess since we're in this,
Yeah, sure.
Hey, well,
it's
gonna be painful. I'll be right back.
You know what? Never mind. It was never mind.
No, go ahead.
Oh, it's too late
What
now.
you got to say to my friend
You
Ziggy?
can't get shy now.
I was
gonna say no,
I was
huh?
just wondering if you played with Weird and Gilly and the Spiders from Mars.
No, I'm afraid I haven't.
Stupid joke,
Things
Quincy.
Stardust reference.
Stupid joke, Quincy.
I appreciate
I'm
it.
proud of myself for it.
I knew
Sorry
everyone
about that,
was going
guys.
to
Ian
think
is
it was a
back.
David Bowie
No
reference.
worries, no worries. We're just involved in
Ian's
chaos,
back.
everybody.
Alright, so, Ephraim, after Nito's exclamation about his innocence, what do you do?
If you look in live chat, Ethan said that they'd be right back.
Oh, yeah, okay. Everything's kind of framed, kind of refresh. Alright, Ephraim, you're up. You said you're back.
Okay, well, man, looks like the fight's over. I thought it was gonna be fun. And I take a drink as I was sitting at this, just big table by myself. He's an elf. He's got like some silvery hair that's kind of short and it goes off into blondes. He's wearing some blue robes and he's got a big old book in front of him, and he's just kind of flipping a coin up and down in his hand. Man, no fight? Come on, it was gonna be real fun. Just try to egg it on.
I mean, I'm still here. You think it's fun?
So with that,
Oh no, I'm not the punching type. I just want to watch.
with that, Drian, you're up. Can you give us a little description of what Drian looks like?
And I have Hindenburg figure scars all over my face, and I'm currently crouching by Quincy, going, what, Quincy, who are these people? Why do they hate you?
I don't know. They just punched me
Alright.
out of nowhere.
And I'm gonna very slowly stand up and be like, hey everybody, pretty sure a lot of us are here for a meeting, and we'll be able to get out all of this sort of aggression when we split up and go. So I agree with this buddy. I point at Nito. Maybe we should stop fighting. Maybe we don't do this.
Good idea.
Yeah, I've had a bit of a
They
bad
understand.
day. I've had a bad day, and Nito, I apologize if I get out on you a little bit by throwing another punch back. It was not something I would normally do. It's just oh boy, I've had
It's
a
not
rough.
something I would do either. This is literally the first time I've punched a person ever.
Really?
Okay, well, okay, we
Feels good, doesn't it?
talk about that. Everybody else, if we could just not punch people, not super productive to why we're here. And I'm just noticing that you're all noticing me, so I'm gonna sort of shrink back down. And that's my turn.
So Tig, I've kind of been sitting in this tavern, watching all these events unfold.
Are they still, like... Is it still what you would consider an active fight, or has it been grappled to a state of, like, calm?
It's somewhat calm. Like, it's still hair on end kind of thing.
Okay.
I, for one, have not agreed to any cessation of hand swinging. Hands up for everybody.
Fabulous. Then what I'm gonna do is...
Give us a description of Tig, too, please.
Yeah, sure. My name is Tig. I'm 6'2", like apparently everybody else in this campaign. I'm a big Minotaur woman. I've got horns like the University of Texas Longhorns, which is the time at which I now say gig 'em because I'm an Aggie of Porton. I'm a big Minotaur. I got blue eyes. I got a little, I got a dress on and like a bolo tie and a duster. And I'm not actively shooting at the moment, but I do have my gun raised in the air, prepared to sort of fire a warning shot if this gets too out of hand.
And what are you doing currently, Tig? Just kind of waiting there? Or?
I am holding my action to, if this starts getting too spicy, I'm gonna start shooting into the ceiling. In an effort to get attention and be like, hey, let's fucking stop. But as it currently stands, I just sort of have my gun pointed to the sky. And I'm just sort of like, Quincy, what the fuck is this?
I don't know. This person just came up and punched me, and then I threw punches back. Had a long day, and then this. Look, I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening because apparently he is also confused about why he punched me. It is he, right? I'm not misgendering you, am I?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah, I just want to be clear.
God, Quincy, you're so polite. And I'm gonna turn to Ghost and be like, Ghost, I don't know what you were expecting when we came here, but it certainly wasn't this for me.
And with that, Ghost, you're up. Give us a short description of yourself.
So you guys kind of see Ghost peek around from behind Tig. He currently is 5'8". He's kind of got short, black, spiky hair. He's tan. He just looks like a human. And he turns towards Tig and he goes, well, I wasn't for certain expecting this, but I don't think popping or shooting in the air is going to quite stop him at the moment. I think we should just kind of sit back and let them finish their course, I guess. I don't know what we should do.
I mean, I guess that's fair. I'm just concerned it'll get so out of hand that somebody's gonna have to take charge, and it might as well be me because I am the one with the gun currently.
I mean, that is a fair point, but the guards might end up coming and breaking it up too, you know? It's just one of those situations where we should just sit back.
Yeah,
you're right.
Generally speaking, guns tend to escalate violence rather than...
I wasn't aiming it at anybody. I was just aiming it at the ceiling. That ain't gonna fucking hurt anybody as far as I'm concerned.
What if there's someone on the second
floor above
floor?
you.
It's at this point. It's at this point that Seafool and Sarceres walk from upstairs, where the inn is, where all the rooms are.
Tig did not consider that there was a second floor, and she puts her gun down and just sort of sits.
So, Seafool, you're up as you walk down the stairs to a gun in the air and all this nonsense.
So Sequel's gonna be like, wait, whoa, okay, guys, I presume you're also here for the meeting? What's going on?
Could you give us a short description of Seafool?
Okay, so Seapool is DM. It says 6'5" in my character sheet. Is that accurate for a Spriggan?
Yeah, they average about 7 foot, so 6'5" is a little bit shorter.
Oh, okay. So Seapool is a Spriggan that looks a bit like a treant, but thinner, if that makes sense, and medium-sized. So they've got like brown bark skin with like moss and algae and lichen growing on them, and instead of hair, they've got branches growing out of their head with leaves on them. And I guess the leaves can change depending on the season as well. But yeah, pretty chill. DM, I've actually got a picture that I use like as a reference for Seabull. Where should I put it?
You can put it in the live chat for everybody.
Live chat. Okay, on it.
And then, it's kind of all that's going on. The door opens once again, and you hear Quincy Harker Elias. What on earth are you doing?
Why does everyone assume I started this fight?
Well,
You're in the
Aurora was
middle.
telling me that you were in here throwing hands and whatnot. As you look and you see Jolene's disappointed face.
Oh no, it's Jolene! Oh no! Jolene! That's so
This
much
is getting
worse.
more and more southern.
Jolene, he didn't start it. It wasn't him. He didn't start it. He did continue it, but he didn't start it.
I can also vouch for him.
Sorry, I did bad.
From behind behind Jolene, you all see is why don't you go ahead and give us a description of what Jolene looks like, Quincy?
Let's see. She's about 5'6", 5'7", little shorter than me. She has long black hair, and she's wearing a simple button-up shirt and a long skirt. She probably has books in her hands. She has a darker complexion like Hazel, and emerald green eyes that just sparkle. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry. If you leave me to describe Jolene, I'm gonna be here for hours.
So, from behind Jolene, you all see, for those of you who are either native to Douglas or Avandra, or for those of you who follow politics, the former crown princess of Avandra, Aurora de Moro. Long white hair, kind of in a messy bun, with half-moon glasses, freckles, and a blue button-up with a white cloak over her shoulders. And she's like, well, if you all would kindly stop the barbaric violence, we can head upstairs and talk about the reason why you're all here.
Are we gonna fit upstairs?
Sweet! Getting this started?
Yes, actually. And, yes, let's see here. Quincy, since you were over here causing trouble, you can go ahead and bring up the pastries from the bar.
I didn't. All right, I will bring up the
Quincy?
I will bring up the pastries. I will bring up the pastries, but I just want it on record that I did not start this fight.
Oh, I can help with those pastries if you'd like.
I can also help with the pastries. Let's be a pastry trio.
Yeah,
It's a pastry trio right
Pastry
here.
trio.
What's
Sorry, I interrupted. If I may, Sequel is going to the bar to order like a triple shot espresso with with the coffee grains inside it, because they're a treat. They can eat coffee, I presume. Coffee's a really good fertilizer, actually. Would you allow that, DM?
Yep, that's totally fine by me.
Okay, bro. So they're gonna get a big espresso mug, big espresso, and they're gonna go follow the others upstairs. This is a weird morning.
So, as you all kind of collectively go about your business, and those of you who are on the pastry trio go and grab the pastries, and, collectively people start to move upstairs. Is anyone doing anything besides those two things. Sepal, I already know that you're grabbing coffee.
I have a question.
I am going to find the two most injured people and I'll cast Cure Wounds on them.
Stella watches you do Cure Wounds.
I would like to notice if there's any, scuffle that has happened in the bar and if there's any loose change around.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Mind you, while you're all around Trove, you're probably starting to smell him now. He stinks of alcohol and he's just sitting there giggling and swaying, just, I don't know what's going on, and lifts a board and starts drinking from it.
That would be a 14.
What was that? 14? So you notice that there's not really any loose change. It didn't go on long enough for that to happen. But there are some like knocked over chairs and pushed aside tables and stuff, but no loose change.
Okay. I'll pick up a chair and then I'll head upstairs.
Sorry, if I may. Sepal's going to. Who's the most wounded?
It looks like everyone's been healed up because Trover got healing, and then Acacia healed as well for Quincy. Yeah.
Should I roll my Fish Imitation ability since I witnessed Cure Wounds?
Yeah, you can do that.
DM, with Druidcraft, would I be able to make makeshift bandages out of the leaves? With Druidcraft? Not to heal, but just to quote unquote prevent infection.
Yeah, you could.
Okay. Just so I know for future reference.
So is y'all kind of...
Oh, let me know that I got an 11 on my check, which is exactly what I needed, actually.
Alright, good.
Yeah, I think Ziggy sees everything de-escalating and will not continue the fight, but he is feeling the adrenaline rush of his rage. And it's kind of like, Jameson, can I just take a shot at your cheese grater abs for a second? I need to work this out.
Absolutely. Everybody gets one.
Excellent, thank you. And I'll punch him.
Alright. Go ahead and throw a punch. What's your roll to hit?
Sorry about that. My roll is a 12.
That hit, Jim?
No, but I'm not gonna dodge it.
Really
it
not
hits,
my dice.
It hits, but it just kind of bounces off. Because I'm not dodging it. I just have a higher AC, so it's just like you're not gonna do any damage when you're not trying to kill me.
That's okay. I'll stick my hand out and end my rage.
So with that, those of you left are kind of collectively start to move upstairs and head towards the actual meeting room, as there are chairs set around a table for everyone to be able to actually sit, and the pastry trio, y'all three can lay out the pastries at the center of the table.
As we're doing that,
while we're grabbing the pastries. Okay.
I would.
Yeah, Nito, go ahead. Nito, go ahead.
So as we're getting the pastries, I'll kind of lean into Quincy and again, I just want to say I'm very sorry, but okay. He kind of starts whispering very close to me. This is gonna sound a little weird, but last night I had. Okay, so yesterday I met the two gods, and then last night I had a dream, and I was told I had to punch him in the face, and that also you would have a very pale, possibly undead.
What? Nito? First of all, then second of all, I would prefer if I would mind your discretion in regards to Raf's condition. if you don't mind.
Of course.
Okay, I appreciate that.
You try to keep something a secret, it just comes out because some god like says something to someone else in a dream. God, it's fucking bullshit.
Listen, I left my
Oh,
town
God.
2 days ago. I have had a very weird time since then.
I have told same, but I have told one person, and it's the person that I'm standing next to. So I don't know how the fuck you found out about that, or what God's told you, but
yeah,
I wish I knew what god they were.
Shit.
They didn't give me a name.
The gods who told you did not give you their names?
No, but they told me that I would meet a gunslinger and a vampire, and that I had to punch you in the face.
So the guy's just outed me. Great.
So,
Sounds good.
wait, why would the gods want to
That's
punch
so
me in the
stupid.
face?
Listen, it's the divine plan. Okay,
Did I hear this?
Touching it. I am just here to carry out their will.
Quincy hangs his head for a second and he's like, I hope it's not one of the gods. Did I do something wrong?
No, say
Quincy is now just like racking his brain, seeing if he broke the divine commandments of either the noble or the wanderer.
Can Raph just like sort of takes his hand out and just rubbing circles in your back, and it's just like, it's okay. We're all, you know, I appreciate discretion on discussing such matters outside of the pastry trio.
Yeah, there is solidarity within the pastry trio. That is a bond.
There's a brotherhood. We gotta stay. Yeah, holy covenant.
Drian is not a member of the pastry trio, but he did hang back because Quincy's the only person he knows here, and his eyes are just dinner plate size.
Is Drian
you
here?
guys are having this conversation.
Drian's
He's
just
like
crouched.
hiding behind his
You guys-
shield.
Y'all are having this conversation, and Drian has just kind of become a wallflower at this point.
Oh
hiding
shit!
behind
Hi.
his shield, but I'm just like,
Shit!
hi, sorry.
Yeah, Raph.
Hi, friend. What's your name?
Hello.
Drian. My name's Raph. It's nice to meet you.
Promise your secret will die with me.
Yeah, of course you heard it. Great. Of course. Okay, guess that's just a common knowledge now. Great. Fuck.
I put a hand
You're
on
what you
Raph.
are, and I'm what I am, and we're both not allowed. So let's just go.
Yeah, I don't mean to insult you, but I heard it too. Just want you to know that I know.
Shit!
So
we were the worst day.
I was attempting
You
to
fucking
whisper.
kidding me? Oh my god. Oh, my dad's gonna kill me. He doesn't even know.
Hey,
Oh.
calm down, Raph.
I'm taking deep breaths, man. I'm taking deep breaths.
We can trust Drian.
So-
We can trust Drian. I don't
We-
know about
okay.
this guy. And I just pointed to him. I don't know him. I don't know about him.
When did you get here?
Yeah, when did you get
What?
here?
When did you?
And why'd you start,
Have you just been? You're so tall. How did you?
Why'd you start eavesdropping on our conversation? That's so rude.
Well, I didn't mean to, but you guys were so animated.
It's a very serious discussion on the ability to live. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Oh, God. All right. Well, okay. So we're gonna be done. This doesn't leave this quintet
Y'all
here.
have to help with the pastries now.
I
That's
go
so
with pastries. Shit, the job.
I'll take some pastries.
You two are now
You guys are members of the pastry quintet now. There's 5 of us.
Diggy's
You gotta go take
hips and shoulders.
Okay, sit.
Shit! Are you fucking kidding me? Are you? There's. Hello, my name is Raph. I'm undead. That's my big secret. That was what I wanted to keep up.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What did you say?
Let it be known that Zala, who was
I'm gonna jump out a window. I'm gonna run. It's not gonna be pretty. I'm gonna run into the woods. I'm gonna be a nomad on my own.
This. Calm down. Alright. Hey, calm down.
So,
We say-
y'all are sitting there arguing downstairs. 2 people walk down the stairs, and Quincy and Raph, you both recognize these 2 people. as you see Meekish behind a 14-year-old girl with black hair with a white streak in it. There's a man behind her who is maybe about 5'11", with a pencil-thin mustache and sleeked back black hair in a pinstriped suit. And the girl in front of him is wearing a scarlet dress and painted fingernails. And she looks at you all and says, "If you all don't mind, we're waiting." And she looks specifically at you, Raph.
Yeah, we're on it.
I guess I'll carry a pastry.
A single pastry.
A singular pastry.
A singular pastry. It's one scone.
You all
It's
hear
how I
behind.
start eating.
He's
You all
carrying
hear
a
from
pastry. I'm carrying a table. We're the same strength. It's just he's just a dick.
Listen,
So-
my hands are tiny.
Sometimes the emotional weight of carrying a pastry, it's just too much.
Raph hears Acacia's voice in his head, and only in his head. It cannot take this long to get pastries. Oh my god.
We were having to talk while getting the pastries. Come on.
In my head, I respond, Acacia, not now.
Acacia can't hear you, but that's funny.
Raph is attempting so hard to communicate because he's really embarrassed. Just,
Oh no,
not
no,
now.
no. Acacia,
Why aren't you responding to me?
Says that. Acacia says that because Raph knows that Acacia can't hear back, but always answers.
Raph definitely always answers.
The
So
funny
you
thing
guys-
is you all hear from behind you just go, well, that was interesting.
Oh, on the second floor, Bella approaches Acacia.
Hello.
How's the tattoo I made for you?
Oh yeah, it still looks good, and she'll just like reveal what she can.
If you wind up needing a touch up, let me know.
Oh, I will definitely let her.
So as you look around the tables, there are all so sleek black hair. In a red dress with red heels and painted fingernails on. Looks at you all. That's a bomb. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Stand up with violet eyes, scans all of you. I'm King Marcus Demon, King of Bosrai. You may know me better well, I assume. You all know who I am. I have no need to explain any further. Looks over at Quincy. Quincy?
I
Good to see you.
tip my hat at
Who are you?
Your father is doing a good job working for me. I'll say that. He does talk quite often about you.
He does?
Likes to go on. Yeah, he likes to go on and on about how much of a disappointment you are. And he sits back down.
Oh. Now,
I rub small circles into Quincy's back. It's alright, it's
And then-
alright, I get it. It's really rude to say to somebody.
yeah.
And then a black tabaxi in a maroon trench coat with gold trim and a lever action rifle on his back stands up with these spectacles on. And I am Baron Almeriad. It's a pleasure to make you all acquaintance, and I would say come and visit me in Alteris, but you all very well know that you would not have to leave again afterwards. But, pleasure to make your acquaintance anyways.
Tig makes a face at Ghost after that.
You notice that he kind of glances at Tig for a good while before he sits back down.
Well, I don't like that at all, if I'm going to be completely honest, but okay.
And with that, yes.
Can I say that before approaching the table, Sequel gave a quick bow to everyone around this table and approaching the table just to give respect?
Yeah, that's fine.
How
So
incredibly flat.
the next person on our list stands up, King Tristan de Moro, aka Aurora's father. This like dark black hair, tan skin, and these like bright green eyes, and a giant two-handed sword on his back with runes etched all over it, in full plate armor nonetheless. Hey everyone, I'm Tristan de Moro. Don't worry about formalities and titles here. And he sits back down.
Quincy just tips his hat at him.
And then with that, a Ferum. And I say a Ferum, I mean a phoenix in humanoid form with bright big plumage and a flowing silk gown. I am Empress Kazuya. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am the representative from the island nation of Nara. And with that, the last person, you see a Spriggan stand up. But this is not a normal Spriggan for those of you who have seen Spriggans. This one, when he stands up, you can see that his barky-like skin is fossilized, and that his eyes are like a deep green that are just like emanating like a cold energy. My name is Sar Ceres. And well, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I really couldn't care less, but it should be interesting, nonetheless. And he sits back down. And besides them is the rest of you all here at this table.
Would Lisa have just been in your room beforehand? Because she does not know anyone here. So they're just kind of chilling out, you know?
Yeah, no, like everyone here is all here collectively together. There's nobody else here besides that. But yeah, you've been here. So what are you all doing? Is anyone doing anything particular?
If I see Lise hanging out alone in the corner, I'll pull up a chair and offer it to them.
Why, thank you.
So, I do have a big question. Why are there so many of us gathered here, and what is going on?
Did you not see the...
Clearly all you important people
Did you not see the
have something to
flyer?
say. I
Yeah,
mean,
like the flower was past, like, Ghost and I got a flower. I
mean,
assume
like, I saw
everybody here
a few
received a
flyers.
flower.
It was
There's literally a
absolutely
flyer
everywhere.
in front of your chair. Like it's right in front of you. You could just read it.
The flyers are so everywhere, I woke up with one on me. That's how everywhere they are.
I mean,
That's really impressive. Ian pulls out a notebook. An ink pot.
The difference between intelligence and wisdom.
I walk up to the table and go,
I was brought here by her aunts.
but I'm not gonna sit down, you'll have the table, and I just lay on the floor.
So all these really important people don't have like some big mission for something.
It's advertised on the flyer.
Yeah, that's what the flyer says, sir. I don't.
But how do we know if we can trust the flyer? How do we know we can trust them? I mean, they just
I mean,
kind of
that's
called.
a good point, Ghost. I'm not disagreeing with that. I feel like it
It's
should
just-
be maybe clearly explained why all of us have been gathered here today. But
Agreed.
there was a
Is there a
flyer
wedding?
and yeah, we're all gathered here today for a wedding. No, there's not a wedding. Like,
All right. Well, maybe it might help if I give some exposition.
Yes, that would help.
Some of you know, I am Aurora de Moro. Yes, I was the former crown princess of this kingdom you find yourself in, but I gave that up when I became a wizard of the White Tower. And she looks kind of at you, Ephraim. Ephraim, I presume.
Yes.
My head mistress, she told me of you and your exploits over at the Blue Tower.
How's Teach doing?
She's doing well. So, I'm going to give some exposition a little bit about what all's going on, why everyone's here, and what we're all planning on doing. But to start, the individuals around you, besides myself and all of you adventuring folk, are the ones who would be financing this operation, adventure, excursion, whatever you will call it, and as such offering rewards for the completion of said tasks. Now, the task is this. We all seek to unlock the secrets of the library Skyward, which exists on the moon, also known as Onadathil. It's once home to the Moon Elves, who are very hard to find, very hard to come by. So, it is our mission to figure out how to get there and to get into the library. Now, the first reason that you might want to know is why. You know, why are we going to be doing this? Why is this important? Well, it's simple, really. How many of you all have suffered a nightmare in your life?
You see Trover just leap off the floor.
What are you talking about?
yeah, define nightmare, because like
straight up.
I mean, I think everybody in the world has suffered some sort of nightmare, like from when you're a little kid. But
yes,
what do you mean?
Yeah, do you mean Do you mean nightmare as in I wake up and I have no clothes and I'm in the Blue Tower despite the fact that I've never been there? Or do you mean nightmare in the sense that I'm being chased by a giant serpent and I'm heading towards a ziggurat in a rainforest somewhere? And I've never been anywhere with either of those things. Because that happened last night.
Yes, that's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about.
You guys
know
have
about the ziggurat?
Sorry, are y'all talking specifically last night nightmares?
So, we're getting a little off track. I'm talking about the threat that Dendar the Night Serpent poses. And how, through the eating of our nightmares, she is able to birth monsters into the world. And how these monsters then wreak havoc throughout Chrysanthia, killing countless people, and making it to where we are not able to exist on a peaceful level as a continent, as a world, or even just as cities. There's constant threats of attack and destruction for no other reason than the Night Serpent's entertainment.
Excuse me, but the Night Serpent, I met them, and that's how I ended up here. Your aunt brought me after a strange series of events, but this whole Ziggurat went through, and there I met them. It choked me up a bit.
I'm not going to lie to you. I know that there are lots of hands in Vittore who want theirs to be the ones that unlock Skyward. Which is why we collectively came together as a group, that these things could be mitigated, handled, to where it's not one person gaining all of this information and knowledge.
What sort of knowledge?
Well, the library is supposedly the demonic realm that the librarian, the demon prince of knowledge, stores all of his books. And when I say all of his books, I mean everything that has ever been known by anyone on Vittore is stored in a book there.
How do we know you're not going to use these books for evil once you get your hands on them?
That is why a collective group is here. You see that she gestures to all the individuals who introduce themselves. These are individuals from all walks of life. You have those who, sought lichdom, you have those who are kings, those who are advisors, those who exist as part of the awakened, those who exist as part of the pacifist nature. Everyone here conflicts with each other and contradicts each other. Therefore, by all of us collectively working together to decide what to be used for, then it will never be used for anything drastic.
Ma'am, I don't understand how unlocking Skyward and retrieving these books, which it sounds like it's effectively an infinite quantity of knowledge, is going to stop the Night Serpent. Would you be able to explain how this plan is supposed to stop your sort of nightmare fiend?
Yes.
No
There
offense, I just need it for poison. That's all. You'll do it.
Oh, I
And how
have
many
my own
people-
selfish reasons for being interested in it, but I'm not necessarily at this exact moment understanding how us even getting there is supposed to help her and waves her hand like her whole plan.
At this point that Austin speaks up. The reasoning for that. You see, I came across an old tome that referenced an event where 3 entities were able to bind and seal a Palanirum in the Dreaming Lands so that they were never to wake. And once sealed, they were unable to affect the mortal plane. Now, it does not go into reasonings as to who this Palanirum that was bound was, or how they went about it, or even who did the binding. But the reference that it happened was there, which means that Skyward would have the knowledge on how to do this. We could bind Dendar to the Dreaming Lands, unable to wake, and therefore unable to birth any more monsters.
Even if we did get there, though, as Ting mentioned, if there's infinite books, how can we carry infinity books?
We just need the one book with the answer. We don't need all of them necessarily.
Which is true, Quincy, but to your point, that's like digging for a needle in a haystack, right? If there's infinite books and there's one book that's going to have the information that we need, never mind any extraneous information any of us are interested in. That seems like a hell of a task, lady.
It sounds to me like, no matter what, in my personal opinion, if we go out looking for it, we'll find what we get.
And that's when Jolene speaks up at this point. Says, well, I actually do have an answer for that. You see, I was doing the research for this, and this is why they invited me along to this. So, if you please, you see, there are 2 devices that I was able to uncover existences of, and a basis of where to go about looking for them. Now, these 2 devices are key to actually being able to accomplish this mission, if this is what the collectively group wants. So, one such item is an arcane, mind-focusing crystal. When held by a person, they can actually be able to navigate the library skyward without running the risk of insanity, as Skyward has been notated to actually cause if you don't have one of these crystals. And also, with this crystal, you'd be able to effectively find whatever it is you're looking for within the library without having to peruse for a millennia. That is the first item, and arguably the most important. The second item...
if I may, before you continue, I have a small question about the first item. How many people are able to benefit from the effect of this orb?
Yes, the crystal, it only affects the person holding it. However, I have found the existence of 6 of them and have their locations. So, if there are more to be found, it could potentially give us more of an opportunity for more individuals to enter Skyward. But, as of right now, the number would be 6.
I see. Thank you, that does clarify.
And where are these 6?
Well, they're spread around Chrysanthia, all in different locations, which is why the need for an adventuring party.
So you need 14 of us?
The last piece of equipment that's necessary, and I'll let them do the planning part. I just want to let you know all the technical details. This is my research bit. So the last thing is why Baron Amriad's here. Supposedly, there is a lost piece of Alteran technology that is somewhere within Chrysanthia. No one knows exactly where, though. It is known as the Bronze Tower, and within it lies a means to be able to actually navigate all the way to Onerdithil. But no one knows exactly where it is or how to get there. Baron Amriad here was brought in to fill in the details about it and, well, answer the questions that I couldn't, since Alteris likes to hoard their knowledge. And at this point, Jolene kind of like starts huffing to herself and scoots back into her chair.
Acacia is going to, like, try to, like, it's gonna say something in Jolene's head just to get her to, like, look over at her, and it's gonna give her that, like, that visual cue that friends have of, like, we're gonna have a conversation about this later, be prepared.
You can see that she, like, very slightly nods her head at you.
Yeah, Ziggy is sort of a strange dichotomy right now, where he's standing with very proper courtly posture, but is also sort of picking his ear. And he's looking around, listening to all these magisters and people talking about dreams. And then he's looking at all these emperors and kings that are around the table. And he just sort of looks at, cocks an eyebrow at Austin. No message or anything, he can't do that, but just a questioning look.
How has the Baron been sort of, like, reacting while Jolene's been talking?
He's been holding his lever action rifle across his lap and knocking the hammer back and then lowering it and then continuously just doing that back and forth.
Okay.
Sorry. Ghost is gonna sigh and then he's going to revert back to his fox form. So as you guys are sitting at the table, the ghost is gonna slowly kind of like have his face grow out, and he's gonna start looking more like a fox. So he's got a tail, he's got black fur around the primarily around his body. Around his eyes are orange.
Pretend gas.
Pretend gas. We didn't know.
I mean, Siebel's just gonna stare in utter awe because where Siebel's from, shapeshifters aren't. I mean, they're kind of rare.
I mean, I'm not really a shapeshifter, I'm a changeling, but and then I'm gonna change into a Spriggan just to like prove a point that I can change into everything and then revert back to the fox form.
Holy shit, that's really fucking cool.
Yeah, Ghost is pretty cool. Honestly, when someone punched me, half the time it's because of him turning into me. I told you, time and time again, Ghost, stop turning into me when you deal with other people, okay?
I'm sorry, it's just you have a very handsome face.
If you all
He
could
does
let
mean punch.
Aurora finish speaking.
Oh, yeah, sure, fine.
As you see that Sar, the Spriggan that looks like petrified wood, kind of looks at all of you collectively there. The room darkens and the only color or light in the room is coming from his eyes.
Let's finish speaking.
Now that's an interesting trick, but I agree.
Yes.
Thank you.
Does smell.
Yes, it was.
You smell in the barn.
Yes, it's thaumaturgy.
Can I do my consultation?
Somebody cast
So Aurora kind of looks at you all and says, "Huh. All right then. So the last bit of thing that we need here. We are looking for two groups. One group to go after these 6 gems. Another group to figure out the location of this bronze tower. And then collectively meet back here once you have done so. Now, we are going to be able to give a bit of magical help to be able to help with communication. So, once the 2 groups are decided, then the group leader for each group will be given a book that, when written in, it will appear in the other person's book, and vice versa, as well as the things that you wrote.
I know it's a thing. Lisa pops up, and she's like golden skin with red plumage, just kind of a Ephraim, 5'11", you know, short, right? She pipes up, she's
like the same height.
Comparatively, because we've got like 7 6'2" folks in here, and then like at this point 5'11" is short for our whole team, which is sad.
It's just a bunch of tall people. She pipes
Remember,
up.
D&D, the way D&D 5th edition works is that it really heavily weights the party into big, dumb, stupid, pretty people. All right?
Mhm.
That's just,
Mhm.
and you're stuck with giants. That's how it's just gotta be.
Yeah.
Now, I have
Yeah.
a random question. I'm standing
Oh.
in the middle of the table. Who is the closest people to me?
It might be me, because I'm heating up skeletons.
Then you probably smell me, and I smell like a distillery.
Nasty. Nasty.
Everyone can smell you. Like,
yeah.
I don't think
everyone.
it's just, I think it's the whole table. I think we're all just like, ooh, this is stinky.
I hand you a particularly fragrant paste.
Mind you, I'm just standing there rubbing my hands, swaying.
Everyone is just.
What are we going to do? How are we separate?
Well, I think we all
Everyone's
have some
just
kind
politely.
of strange instinct as to what way we're gonna separate into, as far as groups go. But
Real weird instinct.
Yeah,
I feel like I have the perfect idea.
Tig's like grabbed Ghost to be like we're together.
So
Tig and I are a team.
I will make this easy. So, Ephraim, why don't you head over, and she points to one side of the room where a table's set up. Why don't you head over there? And let's see here, because you'd make the most sense to be able to go after the gemstones. And let's see here, Jameson.
Yes.
Why don't you head over to that table over there? And because you would make the most sense to head over towards the bronze tower.
I'm fine with
Wherever.
that.
Now, from there, I am more than happy to let you all decide which way you would like to go. And also, if you want to back out from this, you're more than welcome to. However, upon completion of this first task, meaning the finding of the 6 gemstones for one group and the finding of the bronze tower for the other, we are offering, and she looks, kind of gets a collective from everybody else. And at this point, Empress Eleonora stands up. We are offering 10,000 gold to each party member that is still left alive at the end, and 5,000 gold.
Well,
and
hot
5,000
damn.
gold to the last surviving member of those who are deceased.
I'm sorry. I can't stress it enough. You said those of you who are left alive at the end. I just need to make sure everybody heard that part of the.
Yeah.
I'm fine with 10,000 gold because I do. That's great, but I just need to make sure we all heard that it's the people
You
who
weren't the
did
only
not
one that heard it.
Okay.
When she says alive meat, I'm just gonna take a look over at Raph.
I look at I'm like,
Raph, aren't you undead or something?
Alright, who's
What
ready
the
to
fuck?
flip some gems?
Who laughed?
I just start giggling.
I was upstairs the entire time. You guys are just so loud.
Raph is staring daggers at Mr. Rose as this conversation starts. He just leans back and he's like a pouty child. Raph's like he looks human, but he looks very young. He's like 17. He sort of leans back and just sort of parses his lips and he just starts staring at Mr. Rose on the other side of the table and just like shit.
I look at Raph really confused.
The Empress leans in towards the table. There is an awful lot of blood flowing in the veins of those who are poking fun at vampires.
Ma'am, I'm not making fun of vampires. I just think they're interesting.
I've never seen an undead before either, so this is
Who's a vampire?
Oh, really? Well, why don't you come over here and take a closer look?
You might get drunk if you drink from me.
Don't.
I'm gonna hide behind
grab
Tig.
anyone who tries to walk over to them. Like, nope.
Acacia is going to just very calmly slide her chair out, hop down, and is gonna head over to where Jameson's at.
Guys, this might not be relevant anymore because we kind of passed that one of the conversation, but when Trevor said that they stink of a distillery, Seeple's gonna cast Druidcraft to make them smell like roses.
Oh,
That's so sweet.
That's wonderful.
At the smell of that, you just see me empty one of the jugs I have on me of alcohol.
What was that?
Druidcraft.
That was Druidcraft.
I think she should be on this team.
Yeah, Raph and I are together. Brian, I'm not gonna pressure you one way or another. You gotta go with whatever feels right for you.
Well, so here's, I'd love to go with you. That deal seems like a lot, and maybe differently difficult. I'm significantly more interested in the Mystery Tower, and he's gonna stand up and go over to Mystery Tower side.
Alright.
Man, that's 2 over there already.
I'm interested in.
What can I say? I'm a charismatic guy.
You see me
Rand's
point at
gonna shrink
Aurora?
away from Jameson.
Pretty
like,
funny
oh, God.
because I'm not.
You see me point at Aurora? Which group are you going in?
Yes, I'll be heading over with A as well.
You see me just quickly sway walking towards a group.
You trip and fall between the 2 tables and then roll over.
I just smile and go, I'm okay, and keep going.
Just keeps rolling.
You notice that another Vinay that was not really talking and was like standing in the back of the room in like this blue like plate armor with this trident on his back and a scimitar on his hip, kind of just walks, says nothing, and sits down at the D table.
Nala, very quietly, after being deep thought, eventually gives a notification.
I'm gonna look at Tig, and I'm gonna be like,
"Where's the pockets of the fire on the way there, though?"
Tig, where should we go?
The crystals, those appeal to me. I don't like. I'm flexible if there's something that's important to you, Ghost, but I think the crystals are more important to me.
Sepal's going to go to the crystals table as well.
Tig, we can go for the crystals. I mean, it'll give me practice in my work.
Yeah, you should be good at that for sure. And Tig stands up and she had her gun on the table and she holsters it and walks over to stand with Ifrin and Sepal.
Yeah, I follow behind Tig.
I look at the gun very, very enthusiastically.
Quincy,
As Ghost gets to table A, he feels somebody touching his tail. I'm sorry.
Please don't touch my tail.
Okay. And I sit down on the ground.
Thank you, I appreciate it. It's just, you surprised me, and it's something I still kind of have to get used to. From where I'm from, this wasn't exactly easy to hide, so I'm just not used to other people being able to see it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
It's okay.
Quincy looks at Raph and motions over to the crystal table. Do you want to do that or the other thing?
Raph doesn't really look and is sort of looking at Mr. Rose, with sort of raises his eyebrows, like as if saying, "Are you going to give me the choice?"
Mr. Rose just kind of smiles at you.
Yeah, sure. Let's do some crystals.
Yeah, I glare daggers at Mr. Rose.
We're just walking to the A side of the table, to the crystal side, just both of us staring at Mr. Rose, just like not keeping our eyes off, just slowly moving.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up and give a slight bow to the Empress and ask her directly, what's the plan for getting into this? I've heard that places of knowledge, like God's knowledges, aren't the easiest to get into.
You are very correct, my little Fang. But you'll see once you get over to your table, I'll be around with some extra information.
Thank you, lady. And M and her companion to describe. It's this falling apart zombie purple kobold who's just following her around.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm obsessed with that, and
That's amazing.
Not.
I'm smelling merchandise just everywhere up.
So, like, as you walk along, will the kobold like have bits of flesh dropping off of them or something?
Not quite that far rotting. It's an awakened
I keep on-
zombie kobold.
Yeah, no, I keep all my flesh together. That's alright, thanks.
Oh my god, his voice! Do you smell that? Merchandising.
Good
Professional vampire hunter. There's so many conflicts of interest with that. But okay.
And
Wait, what?
M and her kobold are gonna go head over to table A. And I also forgot to say she's wearing a black cloak, but you can see leather underneath all of it.
I think Wrath gives M a sort of inquisitive look, just sort of like, and then looks at the Empress and just sort of goes like, considers himself quietly.
You see Trover walk up to the kobold. You're an interesting fellow.
You smell interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the two of us could, make a musk together.
That sounds entertaining.
Cadmus. Cadmus.
Yes, Em.
Please don't make a muss.
Oh, okay.
Please,
Do
you're
you
gonna
want
hurt
me
my
to
nose.
make another peanut butter and pickle sandwich?
I would love that, Cadmus.
I'm gonna go get my bag real quick.
Katniss?
I can't stress enough how obsessed I am with them.
Katniss. Oh my god.
What? Glissé announces this to everyone. If Cadmus dies, I will kill all of you.
He's already dead.
I've only had Katniss for one day, but if anything were to happen to them, it would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Yes.
Quincy just doesn't care.
Well, I guess Nito is going to walk over towards the group A and see everything that's going on. And be like, well, apparently, Lord Quincy.
I'm not a lord.
I would like to join you and your crew, but and just looks at the kobold and then looks at Raph. It's like, I'm going to
Yeah,
go
I
with it.
completely understand. I completely understand.
This feels like
Well,
prejudice.
not Raph. I mean
This
the
is straight up racism.
No, not Raph or him.
Don't you say anything
Nah,
terrible
that guy-
like kobold.
That guy looked at me. And the kobold. I
I'll
see.
have you know my blood is still flowing through my veins. Thank you.
Hey now, let's calm it down, him.
You're an all-star.
That's very catty, I will say.
Does anybody else want a peanut butter and pickle sandwich?
I'll take one.
I'll take a
And I'd
peanut
love
butter
one.
one, but I've never had one with pickle.
So many pastries on
that
this
sounds
table.
terrible.
What is
I
Ghost
filled up
is
on
just gonna
cookies.
eat a pastry.
I don't eat too many sweets. It messes with everything about me.
Well, that's why you put the pickles so that the vinegar outweighs the peanut butter, so it's not too sweet on your tongue.
That does
I'll
not
try
sound
it.
like a great palate. Those don't sound very appetizing together.
I think Glissé is taking a look at these tames and then looks at all of these empresses and kings and address them directly. It's like, you do realize this is not going, like, this isn't going to be done in a day, you know? Right?
Talking about this is the start of a giant adventure.
Your Majesties, I'm so sorry for pointing this out, but you ain't got the best and brightest, and I know this because I am the lowest common denominator here. I'm not very smart, so I know for sure you ain't got the best and brightest, and I just want you to know that I'm not too sure.
Empress Kayuza stands up in her silk gown. And you, my little flame, are correct. But, as Sorceres would agree with me, there's a reason why you all, and not experienced adventurers, if you will. No offense, as she looks over at you, Quincy.
What? What
But-
that mean?
Well, you.
Is this just a Quincy roast
No.
session?
You see, there's quite a demand for your services within the island nation of Inara. So I'm sure you have more than enough experience in vampire. Now, besides the point, the reason why not experienced heroic adventurers, why the young upstarts, is because there are forces that are working against these plans. There are forces that don't want these things to happen, and they, and all of their infinite wisdom, are focused on the big players.
What sort of people?
By choosing literal nobodies they will not notice you.
That's so
You
rude.
hear from Group A.
So basically, you want us to be discreet because they can't notice us.
Exactly. If they don't notice you, then you won't have any opposition from them.
Now I have a question. What about me meeting Dindar? How is that being discreet?
Well, did Dendal know what you were doing?
No, he told me something about Alistar. Don't know who that is.
Dendal has a tendency to mess with people. Just because. Likes to get in their heads and make them have nightmares so that she can come back and then eat them. So, think about that.
Alright, well that's a good enough explanation for me. And I deal in discreet. So, I think I'm gonna go over to this Crystal's team. Because they've got a cool ass pet. And Glisse just runs up to the kobold and goes, like, this is a person that is covered in dried bloodstains. And just like, not great, you know? Like, visually not great. And just goes up to this little kobold and goes, Noogie!
He doesn't smell like home.
Thank you.
You're covered in blood and I smell like alcohol. Great.
We're a pair.
Actually, you don't really smell like alcohol anymore because of Druidcraft, Trevor. I masked it with the smell of roses.
I start sniffing myself hard.
Yeah, you actually smell kind of good, which is maybe a first ever for that to be the case.
So,
finally,
with that, we'll head over to the A table. As those around the A table, you have the Empress Eleanor Villarreal III, Aurora, and Jolene that are all there with you, as well as Sarceres.
DM, I'm really sorry, but I need the loo again because I've been chugging down coffee for the past hour.
You're good. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks.
Can you remind me which one that last one is again? Like who? We got
Yeah,
a lot
so-
of names and a lot of descriptions, and it's
So Sarceres is a fossilized Spriggan.
fabulous. Okay,
He is a lich Spriggan. Instead of turning undead, he fossilized.
wonderful. I just wanted to make sure it was not, in fact, the Baron.
I do have one very important thing that I have to say. Quincy scooches his chair next to
Quincy, you fucking simp.
I have a question for the groups. Did anybody who in total had nightmares? Because I don't think I had one.
in general or just ever?
Technically, I
nightmare
wouldn't
about the
call it a
serpent.
nightmare because I was awake.
I think it might actually be important to sort of discuss who had nightmares last night, because it seems like it's maybe not an insignificant quantity of us.
That's
Well, I had
true.
mine yesterday before I arrived here, while I was awake.
I also had one, but
Maybe it's best if we all kind of got caught up with each other. I feel like there might be more information to be gleaned from that. So
Yeah.
I will give this opportunity. I'd suggest going patiently and all communicating as Aurora's talking to A table right now. So maybe just collectively say it's my turn. Pass. We could pass around a little speaking stick. I think I have.
Aurora
I'm gonna
is
get the talking stick
a
with me.
sweet, sweet baby and is gonna get so wrecked.
She pulls out a little piece of stick that has like feathers and stuff tied to it, and hands it to Ephraim. And you can start us off then.
Okay, well, it's nice to meet you. And I go ahead and I wave my right hand, and everybody will notice that it's kind of made of a weird magical wood that's moving around. Alright. I'm just graduated from Blue Tower, just kind of looking for adventure. I always seem to find myself where I need to be. And this seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. So, It's nice to meet you guys. And I just pass it to the person on my left.
So that would be you, Glisek.
Oh, hi.
Oh, DM, I'm back, by the way. Sorry.
Alright, got you.
Hi, I'm Glisse Fauché, and... Ooh, how to describe myself? Wait, what am I doing here? I'm with you guys. Okay, so I'm doing this adventure thing, because I figured why not? Get a break from all the ceaseless and incessant killing. You know? Just like... right in the throat. I figured I'd just do that with friends instead of by myself. So a nice twist, a nice change, and magic sounds fun. Because I can't do it.
Aurora seems visibly sick to her stomach.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Twinkle Toes, but you'll get used to it. We got plenty of people in here who will absolutely cover you in blood, head to toe. And then I pass it to the person on my left.
She's running to the bathroom at this point. And you pass it over to Ghost.
Oh, GM, I will also be right back.
Who's that? Is that you, Ghost? Or Zala?
No.
Zala.
That was Zala.
Zala. Gotcha. Alright.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Ghost. I give him a little bow and I pull out my little card. I'm what you call a gentleman thief. Here's my calling card, and I kind of pass that around the circle. And I'm in it for my family, really. We kind of grew up poor in the coal ring, so I'm just here to make some cash. And then I pass it to my left.
It's at this point that you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you see that the Tabaxi looks over you from behind you and says, be careful mentioning where you're from.
Noted.
Harsher ears that have had harsher actions.
Can I please roll an insight check on this Tabaxi? Please.
Yeah, I'm kind of...
Sure, go ahead.
I do not trust this bitch as far as I can throw him at the moment.
Yeah, I mean... That's fair.
That's garbage. That's a 6. Hot trash. This is the best cat ever.
Ghost, you have advantage on that. Yeah. So, you know, Baron Omriad is one of the highest class weaponsmith in Alteris. He also lives in the High Ring and is a personal friend of the King of Steam.
Ghost knows that or Tig knows that?
Ghost knows that.
Okay. I figured as much since Tig rolled trash.
Well, fuck me, I guess. I'm just gonna pass the stick to my left and look at Tig, give him a slight nod, and just swish my tail a little more aggressively.
Quincy, you're up.
Out of there. Name's Quincy H. Elias, professional vampire hunter, and the Empress is right across from us, right?
Yes, staring at you as you're saying this.
I know, but there's been a recent lack of work that I'm usually okay with. But there is one thing I'd like to talk to you about, Empress, if and you don't mind.
By all means, I am very interested in what you have to say.
See, this reward of 10,000 gold, that's very kind and generous of all of you. But I would like to make something of a counter offer just on my behalf. In that, I will take half this pay. If you can guarantee that I get to have something of a duel with Mr. Rose, and this is all over.
We can arrange that. To the death?
Yeah, to the permanent end.
To the permanent end. I can arrange that. If you were to defeat him, if you were to defeat him, and as you say, kill him, I will ensure his defeat by ripping off his head and removing his entire entity from his shell. That would also do wonders for your friend as well.
I would appreciate that very much. And he
Sure,
calm.
sure.
Yeah, Quincy for the first time to any dignitary here actually like bows respectfully.
You know, from a certain point of view, you've killed quite a few of my great-grandchildren.
Yes.
But in all fairness, it's the great-grandchildren who are already on their way to prison, as it were. So, you know, thank you for mopping up my mess, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't go after awakened unless they're evil. And in the case of the unawakened, it's more of an unavoidable tragedy. I don't take pleasure in killing such people.
Oh, it is also worth noting that if you are defeated and you are killed, that will essentially mean the end for, well, your friend's claim to humanity. You understand this, yes?
I look to Raph, like, do you trust me?
I think Raph is sort of staring at this Empress, really just deeply confused by the way that she's carrying herself. And sort of looks at Quincy and is like, I mean, yeah, I trust you, that's why I came to you.
Yeah, Quincy nods back at Raph and then turns to the Empress and says, I think so long as he's okay with that, I am. One stipulation though, if Mr. Mr. Rose decides that he wants to bring any of his little minions in on our duel, my friends would be allowed to join in as well. You know, just...
That's fair by me.
Just making sure that's established. I mean, I'm fine with a gentleman's duel, but I can't exactly count on him to be a gentleman in a kingdom.
I don't suppose you could.
I do have one.
Although he does have a taste for romance and affection, as you heard.
May I make a comment? I think it's pretty damn interesting that we got a death threat and a duel did it to death in like 5 minutes in. This is gonna be
I've had a
lot of
very
fun.
rough 24 hours.
It has been a rough 24 hours for
Very
Oh, no judgment, no
What
judgment
happened
at
in the
all.
last
I'm just
24
saying, this is gonna be a whole lot of fun. I'm enjoying myself
I do have
right
one
now.
more question, if you don't mind me asking. It should be simple. Why me? I don't get why he's so preoccupied with me. Why Raph got involved.
Well, I think in order to understand that, you have to understand Mr. Rose himself. Unfortunately, it is not my position to say, as I am unhappy to say that I have been made into a position where I cannot divulge that information.
I understand respectfully. I just never really thought of myself as something special or anything. I don't know why he's going to all this trouble. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
can I insight her?
And
can I also
go
insight
ahead.
her?
Yeah, you guys can go ahead, and but she's walking away as you guys are
Okay.
doing this.
Who's next in the circle?
Yeah,
That would be
I
Jolene.
hand it to Jolene.
Jolene kind of just hands it, like holds it for a second and says, hi everyone, I'm Jolene. It's a pleasure to you all. I'm not doing the adventuring thing, that's more Quincy's, gig. But if you all do want to stop by the university, I would be more than happy to get you set up with any kind of information on any of the historical, archaeological sides of things are.
I would actually like some information. What's the deal between you and Quincy?
So this is going on over at A table, Nito.
Oh.
Quincy will lean over and put like just a finger on the talking stick and say, "She's incredibly modest. She's actually she's apprenticing under the head of history over at the university. She's incredible and intelligent and beautiful, and my girlfriend. And
sweetheart, it's
okay.
It's okay. You're too much.
I know.
You're too much.
I mean, it's not wrong at all. You're brilliant, Jolene. I mean,
you feel another finger on the stick. Do you mind
right,
if we
right,
pass
right.
this on?
Wait. I guess I leave it to her to pass it to whoever's next.
Yep. So she passes it over to that would be Trover next.
Well, I didn't expect it to be me, but all right. Well, Trover's the name the monks gave me. I don't remember anything before that. I'm here to find the cure, antidote for poison for them because they did everything before. Pass it on to the next person.
So the next person that gets it would be M. You're next.
M is going to take a sec. Okay. So look at it a little curiously. The name's M. Yes.
It's at this point that Cadmus kind of just pulls it out of your hand. And I'm Cadmus.
M takes it back. Thank you, Cadmus. Your insight. I'm here for the adventure, I guess. Now, Jolene, maybe I can ask you. I heard that there was another professor helping find this, but I don't see him here.
Yes. There are a couple of professors funding the operation. Specifically, one from my university. Drian's father. Well, I should say more Raph's father than Drian's.
Sorry,
She kind of looks awkwardly. Anyways, so the thing, is that you can see that it's almost like she's like trying to listen to 3 conversations at once, and
can I roll an insight check to see if there's something going on in her head right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
15.
Absolutely.
Can I look over at Mr. Rose and see what he's doing?
He's just sitting in a chair with his hand leaned onto his cane, resting his chin on it.
Okay. Can I like? Oh God, I'm gonna see what happens.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. I need a minute. Sorry, love. And she kisses you on the cheek, Quincy, as she gets up out of her chair and walks towards the downstairs. Aurora's kind of coming back as they kind of pass each other.
I give Quincy a look.
Can I make an insight on her?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I get advantage?
Yeah, you still have advantage on insight checks related to
Okay.
your girlfriend.
I got a 16. I also got 16 for the for my insight check on the Empress.
Yeah, so the Empress you didn't pick up anything off of, like she's incredibly hard to read. But Jolene, there is worry that you're picking up with her. Like she's incredibly worried about something.
Would I have any idea what?
Not really.
He'll make a mental note of that and probably talk about it with her in private. Or, actually, he'll look to Aurora like, is something going on?
I'm sorry, is something going on with what?
He just gave her a look.
Shake the talking stick at Quincy.
Oh. So yeah, in that case, Aurora's just going to continue. So, the big thing to know about what's the plan is she's trying to like get back into speech giving. The plan is that we head for where the first location nearest to us for these gemstones, and then kind of go through.
Location B? Is it here in Douglas?
No, there is supposedly a gemstone that is located within the Verdant Expanse. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be encased in a statue within a golden ziggurat.
Horrifying. I'm Tig. I have a gun. Oh, my dream did not involve a ziggurat, no ma'am. My dream involved, and she pats her holster, row here. And I don't know what the fuck it means, and that's concerning to me.
My ziggurat was black.
I didn't have a ziggurat. I didn't have a dream.
I didn't have a dream either. It was a peaceful night out.
Yeah, I think the only two of us who had dreams here in 18, Gym Team 6,
we were framed for a crime that we
and
didn't commit. If you have no one else to turn to, you can look for the Atheist.
Guys, you have to cut that whole thing.
Sorry. I think the only two of us who had dreams were Trovers, and Trovers was the only one who involved a ziggurat. Which reminds me, DM, is the Baron still nearby, or has he fucked off?
The Baron is heading over to the B table right now.
Fabulous.
Keep away from me.
Tig lowers her voice. She's like, do any of y'all happen to know what the word Rodesh means?
No. Not a clue.
Fabulous.
No idea.
Does anyone speak Abyssal?
No.
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 Nope.
Unfortunately not.
Whoops.
Then none of y'all know what Rodesh means.
Nobody knows what Rodesh means. Fab.
I will say.
Gladful.
I will say I wasn't kidding about the whole waking up naked versus waking up being chased like by a snake in a forest versus a ziggurat.
I'm sorry.
Someone had a ziggurat.
It both happened, but the latter happened last night.
Or the ziggurat happened last night?
Yes.
And this was a dream and not I fell asleep and then I was transported to a ziggurat sort of situation?
Well, it was kind of a thing of like the 2 nights previous, my dream was actually me waking up in a cavern with no exits, and there was like a little cottage, and there's an old woman. She's like, "Oh yeah, you get sent here when you're going to have a bad dream," but someone's like, "Nuh-uh-uh." So they sent you here, and I'm like, "Oh well, that's actually pretty kind of cool." And then the 3rd night, which was last night, that didn't happen.
Douglas's favorite escape room, the creepy woman in a cabin.
Woo!
Mine involved a fur lizard. The forest.
Glisse, what color was your? Because Drover said his ziggurat was like obsidian. What color was yours?
I can't remember.
DM, what color was Glisse's ziggurat?
Glisse can't remember. Glisse can't remember.
Fuck.
Mine required me to stick fingers in holes and turn them.
I just couldn't stop.
A distressing thought, Trover, and I do not like to think about it.
Guys, are you still going on table A?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass over the speaking stick. Sample.
Yeah. So you pass over to Steeple, and then after Steeple is Tig.
Okay. DM, like, about from where I am, how much can I say? Like, cause
You know, as Star Ceres told you to divulge whatever information you felt necessary.
Okay. So Steeple goes like, okay, voice this time. So my name is Steeple Berrystem. I'm Miss Brigham, as you can tell. And my aim is to learn at least get the books, or at least knock them down, the natural remedies required for diseases of plants, mostly plants and sometimes animals, because my community is very much based around our relationship with the trees. Being part tree to an extent, I think is very important. So yes, that is my mission, to fully prepare myself and my community for any disease, like fungal parasite or anything that may come our way. And with that, I will pass the speaking stick to Tig.
I like it.
Very admirable. I do not have such admirable goals. I want to mass produce weapons.
To each their own.
You said mass-produce weapons, like, and I'm looking at your gun.
Yeah, and then I pull out Row, which is a fancy gun that I'm not going to go into at this moment. But trust me, that is fancy. And on the side of it, it has D space SH engraved on the side of the barrel. And I'm like, trying to figure out where this son of a bitch came from. That's basically my goal. I want to know how it works. I want to know where it came from. I want to know what the fuck Radesh means. Any and all information anybody has is wonderful. And then she turns to look at Quincy and she's like, when Jolene gets back, I would love to talk to her about archaeology. And then she puts the gun back in her holster and passes the stick to whomever's next.
So that means Raph, you get it now.
Raph takes the stick, and Raph is like, he lays back and he's so tired at this point. He's like, alright y'all, it's super nice to meet y'all. My name is Raph. Everyone here at this table knows the worst thing that's ever happened to me, that I was trying to desperately to keep a secret, so that's pretty cool. I'm a vampire, I guess. Everyone knows that now, so why keep it a secret? I'm actually an archaeology student, Tig, so I should get you in touch with my dad, who apparently might have another child. It's been a weird 48 hours, y'all. It's been strange. Anyway, yeah. So, if we're being, what else do I? Yeah, I'm a student. I'm getting here so that I get away from everyone that I love, so that I don't freak out on them and turn them into some undead person like I am right now. Quincy's a vampire hunter. We're friends, and Quincy has the go-ahead to kill me if I attack anyone, because that's sort of my entire thing.
While you're doing this, Tig is just sort of like politely sort of patting you on the shoulder, just being like, it's okay.
Quincy,
yeah.
Also, just like has his shoulder on, like it's okay.
Whew. Yeah, Raph feels you guys like sort of rubbing on his shoulder, but then he starts to feel this sort of heavy presence on him, and he sort of goes, "Yeah, so that's me. This is nice to meet y'all. If I lose control, you have my permission to kill me.
I will oversee
I'm sorry, what?
whether that is necessary
Huh?
or not. No one here is allowed to kill him but me.
I mean, everyone knows now, so like, I gotta make the same agreement that I made with you. You're literally the only person I told, and now suddenly 20 people know,
Raph,
and my life is over.
Raph, and Tig's gonna like look at you and she'll be like, "Hey, you didn't intend for any of us to know, and it sucks that we know. We do not have the right to kill you if you made that agreement with Quincy. That's not what this is a You made that agreement with your friend. Like, we're not gonna shoot you.
Okay,
if you freak
okay.
out.
Yeah.
You guys are mighty kind. I'm a fucking undead vampire person. Y'all are like, you know, you feel it's all right, Raph. It's all right. You're good. That's real nice. This is great. I feel good.
You seem to be like a nice person, so that's what we're going with.
Okay, but is
At
the
least you still have most of your
vampire
skins.
really that bad?
Yeah, that's fair, little kobold guy.
Yeah, like, you know, at least you can like be like looking in a. Oh, sorry, you can't look in a mirror.
Yeah, I'm actually. Is the Empress? The Empress is left at this point, right?
Yes.
All right, I sort of turned to M, and I'm like, so, M, right? I saw you talking to the Empress earlier. I'm wondering. You said you're here for the adventure. I'm curious as to like what's going on there.
I'm here for the adventure. I don't see how that. Or do you mean my connection to the Empress?
Yeah. Your connection to the Empress.
Well, I am currently connected to her.
I don't mean to pry if it's something personal. I just want to get to know you.
First, I'm gonna say turning into a full vampire isn't that bad. Secondly,
Sorry. What'd you say?
turning into a full vampire isn't that bad. I know lots of them.
All right.
Secondly, well, or how they said it, it sounds like most of you might die on this adventure anyways. I am one of the Bloodful Fangs.
Do I know what that is?
Yes, Quincy. Very, very much so, as those ones are usually the people that scoop up the dangerous to vampire kind vampires.
I've probably...
And when I say scoop up, I mean like eradicate evidence and everything.
It's possible Quincy has like fought beside one and was just told to not say anything, and he was just like, okay.
Ghost is gonna look over at M and be like, "What's a blood fang?"
Em isn't really sure how much she divulged, but she sort of looks over at Say and then back to Ghost and says, I'm a little bit more of a cleanly version of them.
Which is saying something. Which is saying something, because I'm a cleaner. I never since the word.
Then why are you still covered in...
When a mop cleans a patch of dirt, the mop ends up dirty, but the dirt is gone.
See?
That is an excellent metaphor. That actually
that's a really good
describes
That's a
everything
really
about
good
it.
metaphor. I couldn't come up with that, but that's the metaphor. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, then...
Yeah. Full
Sorry,
on
then
clap.
I should rephrase it as Sable is correct. I am a classier version. Say.
No need to make
Noted.
judgment on what we say over here.
Oh no, Im is fully right. Im is fully right. I do the kind of stuff of, you pay me 500 gold, I get rid of a person. That's just kind of how it is. And their entire existence, as if nobody knew them.
I feel like you're underselling your abilities there. You could charge more.
Aurora's green in the
okay,
face again.
let's
do what?
Tank has moved on to sort of rubbing Aurora's back since
let's,
Raph has sort of calmed down.
keep
what the Emperor's map
the talk stick moving.
Yeah, who hasn't gotten the chance to introduce themselves?
I think that's everyone
That's it.
on the A table. Now, at this point, we're going to kind of hop over to the B table. So, at this point, you're over on the B table. The Lanai in the plate armor with the trident on his back kind of stands up as you all kind of get there and says, "Hey everyone, I'm Alex. I didn't get a chance to meet all of you yet, but I know a couple of you. And I don't want you all to think of me like some kind of leader or something like that. That's not what I'm here to do, but I've known Aurora for a very long time, and she has asked me to come along with you all."
I'm glad there's gonna be a recognizable face in this group.
So, if you all could, tell me if there's anything that you might know that might help us with finding this damned bronze tower that exists but also doesn't exist in a place where no one's seen it, but apparently it exists. I sure would love to know something about this thing.
Rian slowly raises his hand.
Yes? I didn't catch your name.
Rian.
Oh, no. The name's Alex.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Alex. Does anybody have a map of Sampia?
Yeah. And he pulls out a map from his pack and lays it out on the table, using some weights from his pack to weigh down the corners so it stays unrolled.
So he sort of nervously looks at everyone, looking at him. So nightmares are a thing, and I had one, and when I woke up, I had this thing, and then he's gonna pull the drool map out, see if he can figure out where it goes on this map.
So you lay it out, and the drool map, all points lead to a central position, which is the Tempest in the middle of the ocean. Which is Tempest, for those of you who don't know, is a giant swirling storm that has blown through the oceans of Vitore for as long as anyone can remember, like prehistory. Now, the weird thing is that the Tempest used to move around, like a lot, wreck coasts and shatter buildings, but over the past about 1,000 years, the Tempest stopped moving and hasn't moved. It's been in one location. Now, this location, Tempest, where it's at right now, where it's been for the last 1,000 years, is what all the rule lines lead to in terms of a central location.
Oh god. So I mean, it might be nothing. And nightmares are significant, so I thought maybe this would be. He's gonna leave the drool map on the big map and then sit back down and try and be as small as he possibly can.
Well, that's... I am a bit curious as to... Was that drool?
Yes. And ink. I went over all of the drool lines with ink to make sure it didn't evaporate in the area that I live.
DM, is there a role or something that I could make in relation to both the map and like if there's anything that I might know about the tower?
Yeah, go ahead and make a history check.
That is a 22.
So do you remember reading a small text in your, collegiate university studies about the Bronze Tower? And that the tower itself its location was never discussed. However, that the tower needed to have a large body of water around it because of the way it functions. But nothing else in particular in terms of where it was or anything like that. All you remember is that it needed to be near water, a large body of it, and on top of that, it needed to actually. It wasn't something that was mythological. It actually existed.
I'll look at the party as a whole. Aside from the fact that we're not doing introductions just yet, the tower, definitely a real thing from research that I've seen, but I think you're right in the fact that, large amounts of water, though not necessarily specifically drool, but I see where you're going with it.
I don't think it's the drool. The drool is just what drew the map. He's gonna sit back down and just sort of put his head in his hands.
When it comes to map making, I understand that this is not you work with what you have on hand, and honestly, I appreciate that you have also used ink.
I didn't use my drool as ink. I fell asleep and drooled on my notebook, and then when I woke up, there was a map.
And then you inked over, which is excellent.
Yeah, we're all very resourceful. It's part of being an adventure. You have to be resourceful.
Just, I guess, because I think I heard the other table doing introductions. I'm Acacia. I follow the artisan. I am a divinity graduate at the school, so if you need healing, I can definitely help you with that. But I'm mostly an academic at heart, and I do some archaeology stuff on the side. I don't know if, I think it's going to be helpful, but I don't know what are your capabilities of.
Yes, Drian, if you wouldn't mind trying to put some order to this.
Sure. I'm Drian. Again, hi everyone here. I am a cleric of the auspicious, and I just want answers.
As you should, Drian, as you should. As you see, Austin's kind of sitting there with you, right next to you. You see, this is this stereotypical old man, and he's just got this long, scraggly white beard, and he's just full on puffing a long pipe right now.
Oh, just Austin. Just Drian.
Hi. Thanks for joining us, Austin. You, my feline friend? I cannot tell if you're Tabaxi. This is looking at Inoki.
Me, Tabaxi.
technically not.
Well, I haven't met a feline person who wasn't tabaxi yet, but I could tell that you didn't look quite tabaxi, so I'm sorry I'm not extremely well traveled. Could you tell us a bit about you?
No document. Out of all should explain the years in the tavern.
Ian's eyes snap to a note.
I suppose that you must know what I'm in for. I mean, I could tell you, but what would it do you? Know this, I trust none of you. My purpose? It's not business. Shall I see what they show? As far as nightmares, definitely no concern of yours. And whilst I'm taking the time to speak, are we really going to trust these pompous fools? Throwing this all together? I certainly don't. And it was rather suspicious.
So glad you're being super helpful. They are sitting at the table. Just in case if you know. I understand that you don't mind being rude, but could you tone it down like 2 steps? That'd be super great. Thank you.
Oh, alright, if you insist.
DM, have I ever seen Inoki before back home?
Nope.
Okay.
Not once.
Wanted to verify.
Yep.
I am trying to make eye contact with Inoki.
I very much noticed. You caught my attention. Cast got your pen.
It's just gonna say, just same hat, and then look back down at the table. I hope he gets it. I hope they get it.
Well, this is enlightening. Nito, was it? You know, I heard about you from a cousin of mine. It's been a long time since you've been to Albert Heron, I assume.
Yes.
If we find ourselves back down there, you know, it'll be interesting to show these surface dwellers what real swimming looks like, huh?
Yes, although it is not my favorite activity. But
Yeah, it's
quite scary.
So could you tell us about you?
Of course, I hail from Colt, born and raised. Worked on the docks a bit there, but always heard tales from the sailors and the other, grand adventures on the sea. So about 2 days ago, I set off on my own adventure, and our ship got destroyed by the Tempest on my very first time leaving town, and everybody died. But, I didn't bring it underwater, so I didn't.
Sounds like the Aquan was with you that day.
Not the Aquan. And you see he'll pull out a little necklace that makes you understand the symbol of Theosophy.
Storm Serpent. Well, things got interesting, that's for sure.
Yes.
Well, in that case, you, and kind of gestures towards you, Zala. You wouldn't happen to be a sea elf, would you?
Indeed, I am. Or at least my mother is. I've inherited most of her. I inherited most of my mother's looks, but my father's eyes.
I've never met a sea elf. My father always spoke of them, but I never met one myself.
Well, I'm happy to be the first then, if I get to get admission.
Yeah. So, could you tell me about you or us about you?
Certainly. I'll let you know. I'm 103 these days, but don't tell anyone else. I've traveled with my family for quite some time. My father explodes for water. My mother speaks more languages than I can count. 17, I heard. She's about 25 years ago, before we lived here, I found myself learning mental technique. And yeah, I can spell it through that. How I got here? For me, I was tracking down my original teacher. I wanted to something about him. I don't remember why. The thing is, I remember I found him, I confronted him, and let's say I knew I won't figure out here. And I was not used to So I guess I seek to find knowledge with this quest, but also find out why my master, the two arts, should mess with my master.
Sounds like, yes, well, if you ever want someone to tattoo, I'd be more than happy. Yes, I believe you said your name was, Ziggy? My fine fairy friend?
Yes, hello. So Ziggy, quietly sort of just popped over to Group B, once Jameson said he did. And currently he's sort of sitting on the table, druid crafting little gusts, to take some secondhand smoke from Austin's pipe. And so, says, yes, well, honestly, I'm just here, because Austin said he'll let me leave jail if I came. So that's what brings Ziggy. Before that, honestly,
That was a good one.
Yeah, agreed. Quite the adventure. I want adventure. That's really all that brought me around here. While I was hoping to sort of escape my proximity to Regency, that doesn't seem to be currently going on, but that's fine. Really, I just want to go on an adventure, write a grand story, and you all seem like you'll make excellent muses for that little endeavor.
So does he play guitar?
No. Ziggy on his back has a little frame drum that's like the size of a tambourine, and various light and heavier hammers kind of hanging off of him. I'm not the most talented musician.
Well, as you can see that Alex is still just visibly, like, zoned in on Zala. Like, trying hard to focus on anything else. Yes. So, what we're doing is we're looking for the Bronze Tower. And that may be in many locations, but I think that we decided from what information I've gathered, to maybe check the Tempest? I think that's what we were talking about. I'm sorry, does somebody else at this table want to be the team leader? Because it is definitely not going to be me.
Alex, I think you're doing great. Honestly, I think the salmon and the other fish is a better snack than peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. And in that regard, I think you're doing excellently.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They are
Thank
quite
you.
delicious. As for the Tempest, yes, that would be where we're headed.
Okay. Well then.
I don't know how much any of you know, but as I mentioned, my ship was crashed in the Tempest, but before we were torn apart, I did see a tower in the middle of the storm.
That's definitely something big. Well, that could be the clue that we need. So, how about we all meet up tomorrow morning downstairs, and I'll see us as to getting charter on a ship towards that area.
Question, is anybody gonna even be willing to take us over there? You know, what with the ship graveyard deal?
Yeah, also,
Yes.
do we have, like, money for expenses?
Yes, the financiers are covering a small portion of that. But... So, the ship part, basically, we're going to be taken to a small island that's near Tempest, and then we'll have to figure it out from there. I would say near the Tempest, I mean we're still about 100 nautical miles away.
I mean, it sounds fun, though.
Nice little sailing trip. And the reason, you know, Acacia, Aurora always speaks highly of you, and you seem like the go-getter type, so how would you like to be in charge?
I mean, I won't say no. Since nobody else is jumping at it, sure, I can be in charge.
Okay, well, you already know everything I know. Here are the group's finances until this mission is completed, and he hands you a coin purse with everyone else looking at him, obviously handing a large coin purse with a lot of gold in it to you.
Okay.
And now you're in charge. I'm going to sit over here. My name is Alex, by the way. For those of you who are of the persuasion, I am gender fluid. So, whatever you wish to call me at any given time. Anyways, I'm a paladin of Theoside, the Storm Serpent. And it is by his will that I seek to journey forth on this mission and prove to Theoside that I am an invaluable asset to his cause.
You know what, Alex? I've been contemplating stabbing you the entire time you've been speaking. However, considering some of the things you've just spoken, I think I'll hold off for now.
Well, I appreciate the no longer desire to stab me. As it's right. Sure. So, Asia, party leader, take us away.
Oh, I was not prepared for that part. Okay. So we're going to the. I wasn't paying attention.
So I know there's a small island about 100 nautical miles away from where the edge of the Tempest is. We could definitely get there, but getting to the Tempest and getting into the Tempest requires either an insane captain or some interesting methods of travel. It has also been confirmed that you cannot travel through the Tempest with any kind of teleportation magic.
But you're a paladin of Yozade.
Correct.
And Nito, do you follow as well?
I'm not a cleric, but most of us sailors do at least offer prayers and such to Yozade. Hopes of making the trip safe.
I'm sure we can find some cool captain or something.
Yeah, I'm sure we. Well, I mean, if Nito, if you're willing to help, I'm sure that as a sailor you might be able to get in with some captains, possibly.
Oh yes, I know many captains. I used to work the docks back in Colt. So yes, I'm sure I could find somebody.
Okay, that's good. Then why don't we make a plan to head towards that small island? Make sure that we can finagle some passage at least to there, and then possibly from there into the Texas.
Well, this sounds like it's going to be an excellent adventure.
If nothing else, I haven't been on a boat before. It's a new thing for me.
And with that, you guys are all kind of wrapping up your conversations. B team, we will pick up with you guys for the following day. Alright. So, and with that, back over to A real quick. So, what's the plan here? Do we have a plan? Aurora, kind of looking at all you guys. I know we kind of went around talking about each other and kind of give us a little bit of background about each other. I feel like we're all just a little bit more friendly friends things now. Not going to lie, Glisse, you scare the ever-living shit out of me. But other than that, you seem like a nice person.
Oh, don't worry. You're on the good side. So if you meet anyone in your life to go, you know who to call.
I appreciate the sentiment.
I mean, surely a former, crown princess has got a few people that she'd go, I'd pay a pretty penny to see you not live anymore.
No. The best revenge is ignoring their existence, not wiping it out.
But that's how I don't get money.
It's explicitly untrue.
Say.
Yeah?
I'm not very good at reading every situation, but even I can see that you should
Glisse, Quincy will lean over to Glisse and say, I don't mean this as any kind of judgment, but you do know that she is a pacifist, right? Do you know what that is, right?
I do. I did not realize. I am so sorry, Aurora. That is very much on me. I'm very sorry.
It's okay. I understand that not everyone views things the way I do. I hope one day that changes, but
honestly,
until that day,
that would be pretty nice, but sadly I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Well, we were thinking about, okay, so we were talking about getting a plan together, just a rough one. I know that we all sort of know each other now. But I know that Jolene said that she had done some research about the locations of a couple of them, correct?
Raph, if I may be supposed to interrupt.
Yeah.
Have we decided who the leader
Yeah, I
is?
suppose that is important.
I thought that was decided for us.
I know it won't be me.
Nobody
You
was
seem
thinking
like
it was
a
gonna
fine,
be your
upstanding drunk monk.
I'm just stating.
Absolutely, you are not even at the top of anybody's list, my dear.
I mean, I've got a bucket
Okay.
if you need to vomit. I think Aurora was using it earlier, but
Oh, well, I would totally put my name on the hat.
No.
We'll consider you. We'll consider you.
I think Tig would make a good leader.
Tig
I
would make
agree.
a good leader. She's tall. She's got a gun.
Fallen has a gun. All the important parts of being a leader is you're tall and you got a
I
gun.
also have a gun. I'm just not as tall, so I do have to agree. Yeah.
yeah, but you're
I
not
do
as
have
tall.
to-
Yeah.
Okay, and also everything seems to have happened because
What?
of you
That
downstairs,
wasn't
so I don't
me.
know if that's
That
very
was
good
all
leadership
Nito.
qualities.
That was all Nito. He started that fight.
Quincy
Yeah.
Gate 2022.
We wouldn't happen to have a map of where these crystals are located, or do we just know the whereabouts of one and then we kind of figure out where we go from there?
Lane kind of slaps a map down the table. Yes, so here we go. So I have this one, I've tracked 3 of them. I have this one here in the Verdant Expanse. Okay. I have this one here, which last known location was in Fazuren, in the Wastes, aka the City of Worms. You know, Fazura's folk. And the last one was located in the Swamp of Eternal Night. Nowhere near Bogsborough, closer to Lantern.
So what do we think the easiest target would be?
I mean, the Verdant Expanse is the closest, right, to where we're at. Yeah, that's just south of here. I mean, I think maybe if we try the Verdant Expanse first, just because it's the closest, and then maybe we'll be able to, ideally, come back to Douglas, figure out next steps, or decide to continue on southerner to Fazura, which is going to be a hell of a time. Because the Swamp of Eternal Night's on the other side of the continent, so.
That
I
brings
second
me
the
to
motion that Tig has proposed. All in favor? Yeah.
Aye.
If I may,
Yes, of course, Ethel.
maybe it's best to ask more questions about Lantern. So about like the environment, whether it's boggy, marshy, foresty, just so we have an idea of what kind of encounters we may come across on the road.
Well, the Bog of Eternal.
I mean, Lantern's pretty far. The bog of the Swamp of Eternal Night, I have to imagine it is dark and it is swampy and therefore a bad time for most folk.
But what's Lantern like? Is it like in the grasslands or?
Has anyone actually been to Lantern?
Nope. I've been stuck in the my hometown for my whole life.
You and me
Yeah, I
both.
haven't
go.
really left Douglas.
Is there a topography on the map?
Not really. I mean, it's just a big sort of the river dead ends there. It's north of Altaris.
I know it's swampy.
If I may, as Jolene's kind of like, there is one other bit of information that I have that's, important to this. One, that the other 3 gems, I know that there is a book that is contained within a temple to the Mon Temena in the deserts near Lysara.
Fuck.
Would I have any knowledge of where that temple might be, just because Liegmeyer is sort of over in that area?
Yes, go ahead and roll me a history check.
Oh, I'm good at history. I got +5. Why do I keep rolling 4s? That's a 9. I don't know shit.
There was one in that general area, you can confirm. But you have no idea exactly where and don't really remember much about it.
Okay, but I've like heard about it before, vaguely. Well, I mean, so that's on the other side of the continent near Lantern, south of Lantern. So maybe our best bet is to deal with what we know is over on this side of the continent, and then figure out a way to get over to the other side, probably by boat, because that's what usually makes the most sense. Go to Lantern and then maybe try and figure out this temple situation and find this book.
Finding our book should be thing we do number 2, in case so that way we can get a better picture of where all the other ones are. But I think it might be worth it to start out with this one.
Which one? The Lantern one or the one in the Verdant one?
Yeah, I mean, the Verdant Expanse is right on the borders of Vander. It's right by Halabastard.
It's right by here, so I fully agree that it doesn't necessarily make sense for us to just ignore this one that is quite literally in our backyard at the moment.
And then going into the swamps is sort of the next step on that journey. Seems pretty linear for those two, at least.
Well, the monastery I'm from is close to the Verdant Expanse. So if we need a place to stay, we can use it.
Fabulous. We love to hear it, Trover.
There's also a chance once we get
there's
this gemstone.
10,000 steps.
Well,
I'm sure we'll make
Love a
it
good
up just
hike.
fine.
Good exercise.
Is it Is it
In
actually
the mountains? Trover.
It's the cursed monastery. I don't really know.
I love that it's cursed, Trover.
This makes it 1,000 times better.
Carst, not cursed. Sorry, I stutter every so often.
Okay. Safe. Understood.
Are there trees?
In the expanse, a few in the monastery that they trim.
DM, what's my range for the tree thing?
60 feet.
Okay, thank you.
Well, it sounds like we've sort of got a game plan. What time of day is it? It's 8, right? The meetings start at 8.
Yeah,
Have we settled who the leader is?
It's currently about 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Sorry.
Sick. It's dark outside.
Okay. Wonderful. Then it sounds to me like maybe we take a day, collect whatever sort of supplies or research or any information that we can sort of gather that lovely Jolene here has not already procured, and then get ready to head south.
Deal. Have we figured out who the leader is?
I thought it was Tig.
Tig.
Okay.
She's all done.
Yeah, we've. Okay.
I'm not the only one with a gun. I have to make that clear. Quincy also has a gun.
But you're tall.
Thank you for checking, because I didn't. I may have missed the part where we all said like, okay, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, Tig, you got like strong leader vibes, and
Yeah.
you know, you seem like you sort of got ahead, nice little head, and you're very, very nice. So
Yeah, I apologize. I've been up since like 7 this morning, and it's currently 5 a.m. So
I get that vibe.
So
God, you need sleep. God bless you. You need some sleep.
wait, Quincy, I
Yeah.
have one more thing for you.
Oh no.
So as you guys are kind of finishing up there, Jolene gives you another kiss on the cheek, and she whispers something to you as she runs down the stairs afterwards. What she whispers to you before she starts running away is, "I'm sorry."
Oh shit!
She stabs him.
Oof.
This is not how
she
I
runs away.
No. Quincy, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
Mr.
I
Rose
will.
still here?
Mr. Rose is not for her. So as you follow and you get down, you see her exit the door to the tavern as you're getting to the bottom of the stairs. You make it to the door and you see her climb into Mr. Rose's carriage as it pulls away.
Oh,
Mr.
No.
Holy shit.
I said he was a
Shit.
bitch and I stand by it. Secondary
Fuck,
quest, we're killing
fuck.
Mr. Rose.
Did she just break up with him?
It's a lot more complicated than that.
Oh, it's so complicated.
So, at least it seems like Quincy and Raph weren't totally blindsided by this, but holy shit.
Okay.
Also, yeah, damn it, Jolene, I have questions for you about my gun.
I have way more pressing questions than your gun, Tig, but...
Oh, you absolutely do!
I mean, they're not
God
really
damn it.
questions that, well, I mean, kind of, but I know what's going on, but it still
They're
hurts.
questions.
And I know he's doing this because he hates me.
Oh.
Quincy.
Do I?
So sad.
As the carriage
can Raph have
is
ran after
driving
Quincy?
away, can I just shoot the back of the carriage? Or, not the carriage itself, but like the roof of it, so there's a hole
Shoot
in
a
the
wheel.
roof of the carriage, but like so that a person sitting in it wouldn't be hurt, because I don't want to accidentally hurt Jolene, but I do want to, but I do
Shoot
want to make sure
Jolene?
there's a hole in his carriage.
So you go to draw your pistol and you feel a piece of paper tied to
Okay,
it.
I look at the piece of paper.
Oh.
And in Jolene's handwriting, it says this. I love you more than anything, and I wish I could be free of him. But he controls me, every single one of my actions. If you're successful, you can break me free and we can be together again. But I hurt knowing that you must feel betrayed by me. And I'm sorry. I never wanted any of this for you. I have loved you from the day that I met you. It is through Mr. Rose that I contracted my current condition. But it has also grown into an infatuation. He is not doing this to mess with you. He's trying to get you out of the way. Save me, my strapping hero. Love always, Jolene.
He will hold the note up and just place it over his heart. And he'll say, he knows he's just talking to the air. He knows that she can't possibly hear him. But out loud he says, I know you. I know you love me. And I love you too. So I swear, whatever gods or goddesses are witnessing, I will see that man dead. I will see you free. I love you. Always and forever. And then he'll turn to go back inside.
Only my life will die for me. Only my life will die for
And as you do, Raph's kind of just there at the bottom of the stairs.
Raph, what? You okay?
Mr. Rose?
Yeah.
I thought something was up. Next time my shoulders get real heavy, I'll let you say your piece.
No, He's harmed you and messed with you. You have way more of a right to be angry with him and want to take care of him than I do, but Raph, I want to remind you, because I want to make sure that you know, it doesn't have to be me necessarily, but you can't be the one to kill him. Right?
I know.
If you kill
I
him,
know.
you're
I
a
know,
vampire
I know.
lord. You lose yourself, and you're just gone. You're just gone, and whatever evil corruption has gotten a hold of his soul. It's...
If you die, that's the same thing.
I know. I know.
Please be careful, man.
I think we're a little past careful, but... No,
I'm
no.
sorry, buddy. I give Quincy a
Quincy takes the hug and gives one back. We're kicking. We're still kicking. That means that there's still hope. Gotta believe in hope.
Whatever you say.
Well, I said kicking, not
I said
alive.
back.
And I do like
Fair.
a little.
As much as I hate that,
Hey,
you're
when
right.
I kill him, you'll be, at least awakened, so you won't have him messing around with you anymore. But
yeah.
Hey, with the Vampire Empress, she might be able to fully undo it if that's what you decide you want later. Okay, we can get this sorted out.
It's Quincy. This isn't my moment. It's yours.
I know, but
what do you need? You need anything? You want to go? I don't know. We got this mission. This Jolene is trapped.
Well,
seems like we gotta stick.
Exactly.
We gotta stick together.
yeah,
This
it
group
does.
seems like a good group.
And honestly, right now, I need to talk to my father, because we have a few things that we need to straighten out. I don't even care that he thinks I'm a disappointment.
Seems about right.
Frankly, I always thought he was a disappointing father, so that's fair.
Well, people are going to be
Yeah,
worried
we
if
should
we
get
stay out too long.
Just
I give Quincy a little pat on the back, even though I'm very much very much the younger brother in this scenario of this bromance, I guess. And sort of goes, "Come on, let's go."
And
Just sort of,
yeah,
like,
we
put
go
my
back
hand around his
inside.
shoulder and walk back up the stairs.
He goes back inside, sit back down with everyone at A, and it's at this point that Cadmus kind of stands up on the table and says,
Well, do we have any, like a group name, like something to strike fear into the hearts of everyone who wants to fight us?
The Dead
Team
Kobolds.
Andromeda.
The dead
Fuck,
kobold. Hey, Raph, that seems a little bit
Yeah,
insensitive
yeah.
to say the dead kobolds right in front of our friend
I'm a
here.
dead human.
Well,
How about
I can make this joke.
how
You're
about
an
the Grateful Dead?
unalive human.
The Grateful Dead.
The Grateful Dead.
Oh no.
That might open us up to
Yeah,
some real
yeah.
life sort of liability that I'm not quite interested in.
Both of those names sound atrocious.
Right.
I kind of
heard-
like Team
Honestly,
Andromeda.
I like your honesty.
Yeah,
Team
Team
Andromeda works, but Dead Kobold
That sounds
Society
great.
is solid.
Andromeda. Don't know what that is.
I have an idea. How about Last Wishes? Because that kind of gives the idea that whoever we're across, we give them their last. Not only give them, but we are their last
that
moments
is
of
also
life.
Cool.
We could
Wait.
leave Last Wish
So
as a
we've
calling
just
card.
decided to just kill
True.
everyone already.
I would not
Yeah,
like to
wait
kill
a
everyone.
minute. I just learned that Aurora was a pacifist. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, I have to feel like Aurora is maybe not going to be so keen on, hey, we're here to murder quite literally everybody we ever meet ever.
What if we called it Team Aurora?
Why don't we call it the like Aurora Borealis, like you know those shining lights in the sky? Because they're really
Aurora
pretty.
Borealis.
Yeah.
And you have to add the sis.
Yeah, that's
I'm not gonna do that.
How about Aurora Borealis Battalion?
Battalion.
How many people are in a battalion?
I don't know.
I think at least 2.
I thought it was like 100 or something.
We'll come at them with some.
I know the DM has.
I mean, I'm part tree. I'll probably find a way to asexually reproduce.
Oh,
and then I can make 100 of me.
Here's an idea. How about Cadmus and the Warriors 10?
No.
That's really sweet. I like that.
I actually love that.
It's pretty great.
It is actually pretty. I'm now mimicking an accent that's not mine. Fabulous. We've done it, folks. We've ruined me.
So becomes the tales of Cadmus and the Warriors 10.
I think maybe we table that.
Yeah,
I think this is maybe a conversation to be tabled.
Technically,
Yeah.
it's standing on the table. Cadmus
Yeah,
is
no,
on the table, so
That's true.
This is
It's
true,
already
you're
been
not
tabled.
wrong. As the voted leader, I feel like we should maybe address this another time when maybe we've actually, I don't know, fought something, anything.
Yeah, we need to do the trauma bond. That's what we need to do.
We do need the trauma bond.
I trauma bond so easy.
Thing is, whatever name we
Dang.
come up with, it doesn't have to be permanent. Like, if we end up having experience as a group, that changes all of our perspective on life, and we want to change the name. We're more than entitled to do so.
Next time on Flavored Enemy, Tales of Vittori. Catch back up with Quincy, Raph, Glisse, Tig, Ghost, Seapole, Ephraim, Aurora, M, Cadmus, and Trover as they prepare themselves to search for the legendary Bronze Tower. How will Quincy handle the heartbreak? What's going on with Raph's dad? Will Glisse make Aurora vomit the entire way? How many pickle and peanut butter sandwiches can M eat? All this and more. Use code Cadmus for 15% off all merch at flavoredenemy.com. So stay tuned to your podcast listening platforms and join us on Discord for live viewing. May the Night Serpent pass you over in your dreams.
If you're sad, depressed, and lonely, don't clap your hands. If you're bruised, battered, and angry, don't clap your hands. If you feel that life is a real bitch, then you really have to show it. If you're sad, depressed, and lonely, don't clap your hands. If you're drank with a hangover and sickness, don't shake your head. It is safer you stay in bed, a pillow on your head. If you're drunk and feeling so sick, then you really have to show it. If you're drunk with a hangover, don't shake your head. sad, depressed, and lonely, don't clap your hands. If you're drunk and feeling so sick, then you really have to show it. If you're drunk with a hangover, don't shake your head. You've been let down by the one you love, and it's a shame. Whether you sink or can bounce back, just ain't the same.